T minus 5,
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button,
4,
we destroy the world?
3,
Chances are near zero.
2,
Near zero.
1.
Oppenheimer, the father of the atomic bomb. Now, Oppenheimer is a documentary-style movie based off of the life of Oppenheimer. In 1943, Los Alamos was set up to study and build the nuclear bomb. On July 16th, 1945, the test of the atom bomb was a success, and a few months later, Hiroshima and Nagasaki were bombed by the very weapons Oppenheimer spearheaded in making. In August of 1953, Russia launched its own nuclear device, and in 1954, Oppenheimer was brought into a special council meeting to determine if he had leaked information about the atomic bomb to Russia, which is where our movie takes place. Him and Mr. Strauss testifying in separate places about what happened during the building, testing, and deployment of the atom bomb. Mr. Strauss is trying to become a U.S. cabinet member, and Oppenheimer, he's trying to save face and not be marked as a Soviet spy. And throughout all of this, you have a very interesting story. It is interesting watching Oppenheimer kind of have these ideas and how the development of the bomb actually happens, and the fallout of Russia starting its own nuclear program and making its own bomb. The issue is the start of the Los Alamos and the building the bomb. It was like an hour and a half into this 3-hour long movie. The start of the movie is more of his early life, how he got to the point of being selected for the Manhattan Project, and the beginnings of the trial for both him and Mr. Strauss. And when I say a 3-hour long movie, you feel it. This is a very slow-paced movie, focusing on the character flaws of Oppenheimer and the guilt he feels after the bomb is launched. And I will say, this is a gorgeous movie. It is a very artistic movie, which can be good or bad depending on your point of view, but I think it works really well in this context. Mr. Strauss is always in black and white pretty much whenever he's on the screen, but it doesn't feel invasive or jarring when it happens. It just feels like, okay, well now I know whose point of view I'm watching. And I'd say most of the movie is actually from Oppenheimer's view, or some of the friends brought in to testify on his behalf or against his behalf. And then after the bombs are launched against Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they do a very good job of showing off how Oppenheimer feels and how he realizes what the heck he's actually built once all of the information actually comes out, because it really was a horrific bomb that they set off. And for its credit, it does a mostly good job of showing the creation and the issues between security protocols at Los Alamos and the fact that they are trying to build a nuclear device. It's one of those things, it's hard to collaborate when you're not allowed to talk to everybody working on the project. With all that said though, because this is such a long movie, the fact that Los Alamos and the actual interesting bits of the movie start so far after the beginning of this movie, and the fact that the pacing and timeline gets just a little jumbled because of the way that they're presenting this as more of a court case witness testimony, I'm gonna say wait till it comes out on streaming. That way you can actually pause the movie and take a break. It's probably not worth 3 hours of your time. At least not all in one sitting.